Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Check 56. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Hey, Ken. 10.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Zebra. 56 to Mike. 56 is... Hey, Delta. You ain't got nothing.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. Looking deep for Hilton. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
King. You ain't doing nothing today. Check the team.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We played to
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of there where all the big boys are, you know, making...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Hooked by Kevin Byard. Jennings was the one he was looking for. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Stever. Hey, Haywood. I'm coming. Mike 50. Squeeze, double.
Now Cousins. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. This is Doxson. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On second down, Mayfield again. Open man there is Malone. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
In your face.
Hurry, hurry.
On first down, it's Logan. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. On third down, Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You got block me. You got block me.
Hey, Orbit.
March 56. March 56. All day, punk.
Cousins.
It's just me. It's just me.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins lets it go for Nelson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
You go up, Parker. Hey, high 7. Stop bluffing.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check. Crunch. 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 Switch.
Hurry.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
64, King.
Check 50.
Hurry. My touch.
Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Gary Jennings with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half, as they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Kendall Beckwith on the stop. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Pistol. Hey, Zoo.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. This is Jennings. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Alert!
They'll run on first down. Logan. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Regular.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Hey, Foxtrot.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Right here. Mike 51.
Point it right.
From the 40 now on second down. Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Joel Davis. 76 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Alert! 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 X3! 218, jump!
Set.
Hey! Wahoo! Rail.
SOS.
Run.
Check nine.
Hurry! Got it.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He finds some open field here. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Alert! Hey, alert! Hey, Charlie!
Shoot! Jim!
I got it!
First down, Mayfield. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Gary Jennings with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
22 jet bomber. Hey, exit. Gun.
Motion. Reset.
To throw is Cousins. Complete to Hilton. 11 yards there, first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Bravo.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins looking deep for Hilton. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way home for a Broncos score. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1. And a loose football. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, Delta.
51's the mic, boy. 51. It's our field.
Hurry.
Hey, it's our house. 51's the mic.
Regular. Hey, alert 33. Watch out.
Now Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, we're good. Hey, Echo.
Like 50, huh? Come to my world.
Rose.
Come to my world. Slam.
Gun.
Cousins to throw it. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37. And Gold is able to put it through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect. But overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Watch twist.
On the carry, it's Logan. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. They go play action. Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Go. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check three. Hurry.
Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Under 10. Shit. Hurry.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's caught. It's Malone. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Regular.
Mayfield on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. On third down, it's Logan. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or two short. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
Cousins now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Orbit. 56.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, high 7.
He's checking. Crash. Shift.
49, check 49.
Watch out.
One time.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield, and he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Kill.
Hey, Steve 6.
50.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Flushed out right. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 23-yard run. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. So that one will be accepted.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw, Cousins. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Let's go.
35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Mayfield now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert 33. Hey, Alpha. 52. Hurry, hurry.
Throw it, Mayfield. Flush to his right. It's hauled in by Doxson. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Alert 3, alert 3. Hey, box truck, box truck.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm
up, up.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54, Mike 54.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Regular. Pistol. Hurry.
25, check 25, check
5.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Open man there is Malone. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Set. 180. Up. Real. Hey, wahoo.
Check 26. Spawn.
Mayfield with it once more. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Throwing his Cousins. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Hey, solid.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mayfield is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Check 4, check 4. Check out.
Hurry.
Check 24.
On 3rd down, Logan. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
1st down, Chiefs.
Hurry.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Regular. Hurry.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He's got his man. This is Jackson. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Alert!
Slam, slam, slam. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Joker, 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 joker.
Hurry!
Mayfield now. Completes it to Davis. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
General West.
Slam. No. Out.
And again, it's Mayfield.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, alert 33.
Right there. 54 Mike. You got nothing to run.
Bravo.
Watch the eye. Hey, alert 3.
Hurry.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And now the rookie's free. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Kansas City.
Good. 180. Up, left. 54. Up, left.
Get some penetration.
Hey, echo.
Penetration. Watch twist. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Run. Pistol. Hey, Haywood.
Hey, watch it. Big Ed.
Hurry.
Motion.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down.
Check three. Hurry.
Who's that? Is that you?
Real.
Who's that? Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Go.
Kill.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Patch it. Under 10. 10.
Hurry. Regular.
Mike 5.
Smooth.
Mike 5-4. Here we go.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
It doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by J.C. Jackson, and he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And some room to run now. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.